to the point.
Yeah, go straight to the point.
Okay, yeah. So today's lecture, today's not a lecture. Today's topic is just about earning opportunities in blockchain analytics. So excuse me. Last week, Cruz and Fake have like did a great job. They've covered everything. They covered everything. Like I was even thinking of what to even talk about because these guys have talked about almost everything that concerns how to earn. But let me just drop my 2 cents. Yeah, I won't take much time because, like I said, the past guys have talked extensively about this topic. But let me just, drop my points. Yeah, first of all, I usually like, advise people and even myself, to try to contribute first before, applying. Just try to, I usually prefer, creating dashboards for projects before reaching out to them. You get, but it's usually smarter to do this for new projects because one, they can easily see your tag when you tag them on Twitter on your post. They can easily see your tag. They can easily respond to you and retweet. You get, so with the flip side, any auction, once they react to your posts, it also counts as engagement. So that even before you even earn from the job you want to apply for, you can earn from the engagement. So it's sort of like a win-win situation, but it's advisable to try it for new projects, not not established project because it will be hard for them to notice you. Because at the end of the day, we need these projects to notice, our work. So it's usually advisable to, look for new projects. You can find them on there are some alpha pages, on Twitter. I think Arbitrum has one called Arbitrum News DO. Yeah. So there are alpha projects DOs on Twitter that they post, upcoming projects usually every day or every week. So you could just look at them, scan through them, then you create dashboards for them and ping them on Twitter. That's how it works. So once you create dashboards for them, most likely you can reach out to them because at that point they've already noticed your work, so that you won't look like you are spamming them in their DM. So that's just how it works. It could be stressful though because imagine making dashboards for like five or small projects, but you don't get a response. But at the end of the day, it's still a win because you still get to earn from the flip side revenue based on your Twitter impressions. But that's also one point I just thought to put out. I think I did a project for one. Yeah, an upcoming project. I did my analysis, created the dashboard, you know, ping them on Twitter, that kind of stuff. So the tweet blew up. Then they liked my post, retweeted, blah blah blah, commented. Then I think they also reached out to me on Discord. They pinged me on the official server. They were like, "Yo, this guy dropped the dashboard. Go support him." That kind of stuff. So that stuff already like laid the foundation for the dev to or for the owner of the project to recognize me, on my work. So that's just what happened. Then later on, me and the dev, got in talks, blah blah blah. Yeah, he paid me. He asked me to also do another work, for him. He paid me obviously, but it was small though. But at the end of the day, it's all honest work. It wasn't really what I was expecting, but I feel it's a step in the right direction. It just means people appreciate what you do, and obviously, when you get a solid project, the reward you get to, like it's all a starting point. At the end of the day, it's all a very very good starting point. Reach out to these small projects, create dashboards for them. You know, tag them on Twitter. Very important because if you don't tag them, they most likely won't see it. Once you tag them, and they engage with your post, you can reach out to them on DM and say, okay, can we continue this further? Then hopefully, you can kick things think you can kick things off from there and you know talk more with the founder of the project and get paid. So that's just also what I just thought to put out to you guys. I think the next earning opportunity is usually via bounties. Yeah, bounties are like Faye Kemi already like told us her experience last week how she earns from in bounties. That bounties, although I don't like personally, I'm not lucky with bounties. Let me just put it out here. I'm not lucky with bounties, but personally, I just see bounties as a way for me to improve on myself and my work, not the monetary aspect, but I just see bounties as a way to just improve on work, even though I've not personally earned from bounties. But yeah, it's also a way for you get for you guys to earn in the space. I also advise you guys to download Wapcast. Wapcast. They're on Play Store and App Store. Yeah, I think. But it's I think it's paid. They charge around I think $5 yearly. Yeah, $5 yearly. Yeah, so you could download Wapcast. Projects tend to post bounties there, which is yeah, they post bounties. There's this bot on Wapcast called Bouncy Bots. Yeah, so you just follow the bots. Then the bot posts every data, bounty that comes up. The bot automatically posts it, so you can just get it on time. It's sort of highly competitive, so you get like I said, I don't really put much hope in bounty earnings, but I just do it as a way of improving my skills and learning. So bounties are, very, very important avenues for to earn in this space. Just go on Webcast, go on Play Store, download Webcast. Then sadly it's not free, so you just pay the $5 to it's for a year. So once you pay that, I think it's covers you for a year. Then you can now use the platform. Create your profile on Webcast, then look out for bounties. Like every single day, there are bounties coming up. Although some might not be data related based on work, but there are bounties coming up. So you look for the ones that are data related to your field. Then you apply. You apply for the bounties. Then you post your work. Then if you're lucky, you win. You can also get paid from that. And also Dune also have their own personal bounties. Like Dune have that like Dune server. I'm sure every one of us here is on Dune's Discord channel. Yeah. So Dune usually like there's this channel called Looking for Wizard. Yeah. So looking for Wizard. What that channel does is if a project or a personnel is looking for a dashboard for someone to create a dashboard, they post their opening there, then you can apply directly to the guys or to the persons there. Like I've gotten a few opportunities, few jobs from them. Yeah, I've earned a couple bucks from them, from that particular channel. I'll reach out to them, tell them, okay, I can handle it. Then once I'm done, I get paid. Yeah, so I've gotten a few gigs from that particular channel in June channel. So usually I expect you get us, but it requires knowledge of June. But like Mr. Tinushi said last week, there's no much difference between June and Flipside. There's just like a little syntax difference, but generally they're all the same. Yeah, so you could also try that aspect of earning based on from that June server. That's also another avenue to these days June has launched. I think June has launched a new mint function, just like how Flipside pays you for your dashboard on Twitter based on your Twitter impression. June now has this function where people can mint you know your dashboards, like mint your dashboard. When they mint your dashboard, you earn from it. So that's also another way for them to incentivize or incentivize content or analysts, in the space. So yeah, that's usually the way it works. By the end of the day, we just keep learning and yeah, and also I heard let's put this out there. I've also come across, I noticed that a lot of degen traders, meme coin traders, they need dashboards. Like these guys really, they are heavy on data. So some of these guys need to track founders of projects or track liquidity of projects of meme coin projects, popular meme coin projects. So they can use it to be positioned for the next bull or bullish meme coin of that sort. So I've gotten few jobs again of these guys, to create dashboards, June dashboards for them. It's June though, of June. So create June dashboards for them for meme coin projects or basically meme coin in general, just to track liquidity and basically be a front runner for if there's an earning opportunity on the next meme coin. So yeah, that's also another point to note out from earning in the space. And it's also, like I said, at the end of the day, just find a way to just keep on contributing on Twitter. Like it might look boring, like nobody's looking at your work. at the end of the day, it might look like nobody's looking at us, but believe me, people are really, really looking. Just keep pushing every day. But I'm heavy on these bounties. I'm heavy on bounties. I'm heavy on for bounties. Just do it. Don't. Yes, of course, bounties are are meant to reward you. These days, there are bounties that reward the top five participants. The top five participants, but just I'm heavy on bounties. Just do your bounties. Put in your best work. Even if you don't earn, even if you don't earn from the bounty, just do it to improve your skill. That's why I see it. I just see bounties as a way to improve my skills and get better next time. And it's also help you to even know data problems in the space because sometimes these guys post their data problems. You can use it in your in the next project and create dashboards for you know the next project. Just I'm heavy on that. I'm also heavy on looking for this small project, but they're on Twitter. This time around, it's on Twitter. You go on Twitter. Like I said, just go for example, Arbitrum has Arbitrum News GAO. Yeah, these guys post new projects almost every day. You find them there. I think Base also has something called Base Advocate. Yeah, Base Blockchain has something about Base Advocate. They post new projects, once in a while, though, once in a while. So these are just like avenues for us. And since I also wanted to point out, if you're a beginner, it doesn't mean like if you see like a project that doesn't want to pay you, you should reject it. At the end of the day, we are trying to build our, CV in the space. You get what I mean? Like I said, like I've been in the space for 6 months, and personally, like I see, and almost every day there are new innovations in the space. So I don't want you guys to reject jobs because they're not paying you. Just get on the job and put in your best. Even if you're not paying, just put in your best to best in the project. Then most likely you can use it as a leverage for the next project that you can apply for. Because if you because if you refuse not to, pass on that project, you won't have a leverage on your CV to use when applying for a project. So just keep on be yourself every day because this space is very, very, well, I call it volatile. That's the word. So it works with trends. So you have to find a way to follow the trend and apply your skills, to that trend. That's also what I want to point out before I forget. So just find a way to keep practicing, keep pushing yourself every day, and also beware of scams, especially on Twitter. Beware of scams. Like these days, I receive multiple DMs from scammers offering me fake, in quotes, job opportunities. Yeah, because these scammers follow your work, they check your profile, and they basically don't want to rip you off of your earnings. So, if you find a way to even like be careful. Like for example, there's this new scam in town where they post fake Zoom links, like fake Zoom links. If you're not careful, once you click on it, it drains all your crypto wallets and all your funds. So we should be careful because imagine earning from your work and it all gets drained in one day. So we should all be careful with the kind of DMs we receive. These days, I prefer reaching out to projects than them reaching out because once someone reaches out to me, I become automatically skeptical. That's just me. That's just me though. These days, I prefer being reached out because like that kind of stuff. So once a project reaches out to you, try to go on Twitter, then type the project's name or the person's name. If the person is a scammer, most likely you will see past tweets of people talking about the guy or the project that we should be careful of this fellow as a scammer. So that like it just came to my head now that we should also be careful of scams because they are inventing new ways to rip off newbies. Because at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we are still newbies in the space. No, we are still newbies. We've not gone like anywhere yet, but like at the end of the day. So I just thought to put that out. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And also Twitter branding, very important. I just came to my head. Twitter branding. Find a way to make your profile about what you do. Yeah, make your profile you know attractive, that kind of stuff. Your tweets should reflect what you do. So my key points focus on new projects for now. As a newbie, focus on new projects for now. Um, Focus on bounties, especially Wapcast. Just do everything you can to get Wapcasts. Just download the app. Then, yeah, download the app, create your account. Then, I think the Wapcast has channels called Wapcast has a lot of channels you can follow. There are data channels where they post, yeah, data channels, June channels, bounty channels. Just follow this. Just follow this. These channels. You find various bounties you can apply for and improve on yourself. Yeah. Then Doom server or Doom channel. Looking for wizard. Follow that channel. I don't know how you put it. Just follow that channel. Pin the channel if possible. Pin that particular channel on Doom whenever a project or or a personnel comes to request for a dashboard, reach out to the person, even though you can't do it, just reach out to the person first. At the end of the day, we are like here, we are all we are a community of friends. So if for instance the particular problem you and the guy agrees on, oh, you can bring the problems to the group, to the community WhatsApp group, then most likely one of us will reply you. If not me, then the other top G's in the community, will reply you. Yeah, that's just my own experience based on my 6 months or roughly 6 months in the blockchain space. So this is like what I can, advise you guys on the newbies coming into based on my 6 months experience.
All right.
So thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you
Thank
guys.
you so much, Tobechi. So, I would like to ask you a few questions because a large
Yeah, sure.
majority of people on this call are new to Analytics Sage. All right.
Yeah.
So I would want to ask you, how has Analytics Sage influenced your journey, so far since you joined? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Big time, big time. I think I created my first dashboard. Oh, was it on March? Yeah, I think that was when I created my first dashboard. So what's Mr. Tumishi and his fellow group of lecturers have done for us is, they tend to refine our skills. So we usually hold multiple AMAs where we, you know, tell him the challenges we are facing. Then he, responds to us and advises us. Then there are multiple other will I call them cohorts? No, not cohorts. There are multiple other, meetings like this we hold with. So even if you've done your course, because if I'm to guess, this cohort 3 will last for roughly around 3 weeks. There are still other events we hold to refine your skills because we don't just leave you to go face the world. There are multiple ways for us to, refine your skills, get you learning more, which has been helpful for me. The gym class we had on the very last day propelled me to push more and learn more on gym. So that was what helped me to even be able to, I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I dropped, we had a class on using Zoom proper. So that particular class we did propelled me, to push further because Zoom, unlike Twitter is more user friendly. Zoom could be more technical, but they lay the foundation of every single thing we need. I think from CVs, Mr. Tumishi and his fellow lecturers have dropped CV formats for us to use. And personally, I've used most of them, and it's all the uphill from there. That's how it is. Yeah.
I mean, thank you so much for sharing that. Do you remember how much did you pay for the courts training you joined in February?
$8 roughly. $8, funny enough.
So,
Like I remember,
so
yeah, that money, how will I put it? I see it like it's basically an investment because I've earned. Let me just not say the figure, but I've earned way more than that.
I mean, I
Yeah,
believe that sometimes people need to hear the figures, to actually, because I see a lot of persons in my DM. I'm like, okay, is this worth it and all that? Though for me, I don't like putting the money as the financial reward as the forefront, right? But
yeah,
even Jesus made us understand that without signs and miracle, people will not believe. You will
Yeah.
just explain,
Yeah.
But when people don't see that there are evidence, when you don't tell them that, yeah, there are evidence, when you don't show them, it's very
Yeah.
hard for them to believe. They just believe that, okay,
Mm.
it's still one of all those normal online stuff. And someone still saying that, oh, I hope this 24,000, $15 is worth. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm just collecting. I'm just taking this $15 as, like, as one of my generous means of sharing this knowledge.
Yeah.
So the standard
Because even
for something like this, is
because
very
even in the
high.
Web2 space, to learn
Yeah,
data analytics is not cheap. I know how much I spent on on all my courses I did before coming to Web3. So I know like the amount I spent on all my courses, and based on our currency in Nigeria, is like it wasn't cheap. So the Tumiche, basically that amount is how like it is a drop in the ocean compared to the rewards, the risk to okay in what I call it, in forest we have what we call risk to reward ratio. That $8 is just like that minimal risk I paid is nothing compared to what I've earned
if,
so far.
if I'm
So
going to
like
ask
I'm
you,
always
Tobic, if I'm
grateful.
going to ask you, sorry for cutting you short. If I'm going to ask
Yeah,
you,
no problem.
how long did it take you to earn your first $1,000 from when you
Ah,
ended your training?
uh, 5 months, roughly 5 months. Yeah, honestly, roughly 5 months. Roughly 5 months.
So
Yeah,
how long does
roughly
it
five
take you
months.
to recover your registration fee and more?
Okay. My first hit tweet got me around, let's say, $30. Yeah, my first like hit tweet, like tweet that got me the engagement.
So
I think
your
that was my
first tweet
second tweet.
already got you like
Yes,
three or
exactly.
5x
Yeah, exactly.
registration
So
fee.
my exactly. That's the word.
Yeah,
That's the word.
yeah,
So, but you guys should not, how I put it now. Just focus on the learning process first. That's how I put it. Just focus on the learning process. Don't pressure yourself, to feel I must make this money. You get these days, I don't post on Flipside to get Twitter impression. I just post based on what I want or based on like my interests in the Web3 space or in the blockchain space. I don't post like I want to just post so that I can earn from Flipside revenue. You get, although when I first started, I was like, let me just post to earn. But at the point, I felt, nah, I can't keep doing this now. Let me just post based on, either first in the space or just my interest generally. What do I like? I post about it. I analyze about it. That's just it. Keeping it for and most likely and because you are not actively looking to earn, you most likely earn. That's how I put it. Because you are not like actively focused on any. You know how you earn at the end of the day. So just don't pressure yourself. Don't be pressured. Just follow the
yeah.
process, the due process, keep learning. And you will need to read. I didn't put that part. You will need to read a lot of documentations because every single project have their unique, you know, what I call them use cases. So you need to like understand those use cases before you analyze. Because in this space, I tell my folks, it is more of understanding the projects. Like that's about 80%. And the remaining 20% is not analyzing. You
Hmm.
get because if you don't even get the project, you will just do beautiful nonsense and you'll be happy. So like that's just the main thing. You calm down and read the documentation, understand this very well. That way you can analyze. You get because you don't just like going to, like you don't analyze first and start checking the projects. You check the project, read through the project, understand the project and the technicalities behind the project. Then you analyze. That's just how I put it. So that's more of the work. I won't lie. That's more of the work compared to the SQL we are doing here. That's more of the work.
I
I
mean,
won't
thank
lie.
you
That's
so
more of the work.
much, Tobichi, for that, for sharing that. And like I said, is a lot more about understanding what you are doing, understanding the schemas, understanding the
Yeah.
concept of what you are trying to solve. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
would thank you so much, Tobichi. I would give
Yeah. Thanks
opportunity
for
to
having me.
Alfred, to share his own experience. Alfred, if you are here, you can unmute and share your experience.
Hi, Tamisha. Good evening. Thank you so much.
Hi,
Hey,
Alfred. Good evening.
right.
Yeah, I
Good
can
evening.
hear you.
How's everyone doing? Good evening, everyone. Jim. My name is Alfred. So I'm a Web2 analyst, like not fully data, more of data and BA and operations. Then I've been in the crypto industry since 2022, not data related. I came into crypto because of NFT and because my brother was like a big role. So he introduced me to crypto in 2022. And 2022 was the time of like Solana. We had the Great Ghost Project, Coral Tribe, lots of Solana NFTs. So I was like doing a lot of grinding Solana, Discord moderation. So that was I entered crypto. And 2023, I just saw one of Tomish's tweet about blockchain analytics. I'm like, I'm doing this in Web2 presently, why don't I just come do it in Web2? And I was like, oh, let me just spit and since I have this knowledge, but something about data and something about data that is very important is when going into any industry, you need to know like the subject matter. You need to understand the data, and that also is very important because I recently changed jobs also. Like it was still data, but like since I don't know the data of the present industry, that to take me through training in my new job. So that's also about crypto data. So I paid the course, I think February, March, and it's been a blessing ever since then. I think I've been much more confident and I've used it more for my own personal benefit because as someone has been in the crypto industry for long, I'm majorly focused on DeFi, like tracking Will's wallet and knowing what to buy and when they're buying it. So I feel for me personally, it has been more of how can I use this for my personal self than like the community. But I still do bounties. I don't like to bounties with fake me. Personally, like most of my money has been about, oh me, I'm on to track this wallet. I want to join this table to know when to buy what, and that's how it has been. So like I talked about the value of blockchain data since the data is decentralized, it's open source, on-chain data. You can analyze it in real time, get insight. And also there are a lot of market trends you could analyze. You could either focus on like NFT, focus on DeFi, like wallet activity like talked about, or protocol usage. And you could like leverage this data for your own use or for like community use, let people know about it, or you're trying to build your own portfolio soon. And I just focus majorly on Flipside also because yeah, Flipside is a lot of noise about dashboard, but I think about 2 months ago I saw something about their grill and participants, and I just wanted to do it, and I didn't know it was about. They just be like, oh, swap this to this thing, swap this to this thing. I think I did on Aptos, and I did about 4 Aptos with like, I didn't spend really anything. It was just more about gas fee. So it was more about their grill. I did a lot of like just that grill. So Flipside also has that opportunity. But something about opportunities in this industry is really limitless, is what you want to do because there are lots of things you could do for work with project or do your personal self. Also, and also the Flipside does a lot of play to earn also, but I've never really done the play to earn project. So we could talk about protocols. As Tobichi mentioned earlier, it's more about reading documentation and knowing what you want to do. Like understanding the project and problem is like solving the problem. Recently, Apostle sent a Uniswap bounty about AMM and money market, and really tough because like I've not still understood the problem of today. So it's more of like understanding the problem, and that's a big part of it. Like, but how will I solve this problem? What is it about? Because look at a lot of maths, a lot of statistics. And also, I'll talk more of brand name also, like building your brand name. Like, what do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for DeFi? Do you want to be known for NFT? Do you want to be known for this project? And there are a lot of people notice you, like what you keep doing. You just have to keep showing up every day, keep showing up every day of like, this is what I'm doing. Even though you're not like building dashboard, you could still be liking people's tweets or retweeting people's tweets just to get the Twitter algorithm to work in your favor because also flip side end is more about Twitter algorithm and how many crypto data people are liking your tweet, and that's how you get a lot of money. So it's more about creating your timeline to focus majorly on crypto. I think I have about 3 or 4 Twitter accounts. I have like my personal one for like, okay, this is what I talk to my friends. And I also have the ones for like crypto majorly. I have the ones I'm used for DeFi. And like they are all different with different browsers. I just don't try to make them the same so the algorithm would not be flawed. It's just more about getting it right. And also, again, I think one of the big places, don't be afraid to ask questions. And that's why analytics stage really help because it's a community. And something about communities, everyone wants everyone to move forward. And that's the big thing. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Could just ask anyone that, oh, has someone done something like this similar? I think recently actually came out about something. I was trying to do something on Ethereum recently and I asked a question. So don't be afraid to ask question, even though it's not someone in the analytics stage. You could ask someone in the flip side Discord, or just send a random DM to someone. 99% of the time, someone will always reply. I think about me, someone will always reply. Like, don't feel anyone is too proud in this space. Someone will always reply. So, ask question. And another thing about Flipside they do recently for the Silver League is they review people's dashboard. So just look at what is missing in your dashboard and just try and comment on it. Also about bounties, there are lots of bounties, especially Uniswap. They do lots of bounties. So you could focus on there's the bounty I'm working on. And it's really a great way to get noticed if you win. But it's like really a slim chance. But really a great way to get noticed. And it just I think our summit I'll just keep showing up every day and just keep doing something. Like it never ends. And this like a new industry. You have the capability to learn something new and just get ahead of yourself. So like it's really limitless. Like just keep showing up every day. I'll just sum it up there. Thank you.
I mean, thank you so much, Alfred. Yeah, I mean, your experience has must have really inspired a lot of persons. So, these are persons who have gone through the analytics stage program, and they've been well exposed, to the the knowledge of blockchain data analytics. All right, in as much as they are trying to sound cool. All right, yeah, that cool sound is coming from a place of comfort where they are already able to earn, with the skill that they've acquired. All right, so yeah, and most importantly, you know the the easier way, like he has said, to grow is community. And that is where analytics comes to play. That far beyond just taking the course, you have a community to hold your hands, right? And on occasionally, we have office hours, other conversations, and also we have a close group, and that close group is majorly for um, people who are dedicated and who have shown some level of commitment. It's not just open to everybody. We have a general community, but the closed group is open to just registered students who have shown commitment. So those who are consistently building dashboards, partaking in bounties, are members of that private community where you get to experience more push, more mentorship from myself, where I get to peer you to tackle some certain problem that would make you to go and read and study some concept more on any kind of protocol we are looking at the time. So it's beyond just the course alone, right? It's a community. So and partaking in the course gives you access to that community. I remember when I first started, this journey, like there were nobody, you know, as at the time that I know in crypto Twitter, um, that was from Nigeria, that was really making that wave in on-chain analytics. And yeah, I thought I could self-learn because most times I just go online, go on YouTube, self-learn and all that, So I joined Flipside community, joined Metrics DAO, took their program, you know. It was not just suitable for me that was coming from ground zero because I didn't know anything about SQL, right? But I just wanted to learn. I've been in the crypto space. I wanted to learn SQL, Munching Analytics, and most of the time when you just have that explanation in the session, you know, there was literally not that room because I wasn't among people I can easily say, bro, how far, please, can you put me through this? You know, almost everybody there are already experienced data engineers, data scientists, data analysts, you know, so who already understand the basics of this language, right? So I was lost, even though the platforms I wanted to use were offering educational trainings, but it was not sophisticated, it was not comprehensive for me as a ground zero beginner, right? And as at the time, I'm talking about 3 years to 4 years back, you know, I started searching online where I can actually learn. I came across a program, you know, blockchain data analytics, and it was 100K, right? I didn't think twice. I paid upfront, you know, took the course from start to finish, right? It was that course that gave me the needed foundation, right? Before I then now started building on what I knew. So I actually paid 100,000 4 years back, you know, to learn what I'm actually putting out through Analytics Sage for $15, 24,000 naira. All right. So it's more like giving that access to more persons to be able to penetrate into the space, get that opportunity, you know, and learn. And from what Alfred and Tobeshi have shared, we must have also taken some important insights from what they have shared. So I'll just give room for few questions before we round up. Few questions. Few questions. If you have any question, please just raise up your hand, and then I give you the floor to ask your question. If you have any question, anyone? Okay. Um. Okay. Praise. You can unmute and ask your question.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. Good
So
evening.
my name is
Good evening.
Prince. I'm very, very confused because this is my first time of doing this thing, and I've been hearing so many words that I don't even understand. I've been hearing words like bounties. I've been hearing words like NFT, all these things. So I don't understand it, and I've been hearing some apps mentioned by our previous teachers. So, like, will there be like, is there any way that I will like understand more because I need to understand?
So
So
yes.
yes,
Sorry. Can you mute? Praise.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So there will be ways that you can understand, right? And that's what we are talking about. Okay. So you know when you mention bounties are just like how do I put it now? Like tax. Okay. So when they say okay, do this tax and get paid. Okay. The fact that there's a financial compensation for completing that tax, all right, is why we call that tax bounty. Okay. So when they say, oh, there is bounty on someone's head, oh, that guy, you know, we are looking for so and so person. There's a bounty of 1 million naira on his head. The bounty means that if you can get us that guy, you get a financial reward. So when you complete a task, you get the financial reward. That's why we call it bounty. All right. So when it comes to terms in crypto like NFT, DeFi, you know, and some other things that these our guest speakers has actually mentioned, you know, there are things that you get to learn, you know, during the course of the program, and also things that you can go and research about, you know, after the call and like, okay, what is DeFi? What is NFTs? Okay. So because yeah, the your learning process will start from curiosity, which I like the question you asked. All right. So, and if you want to be part of the Analytics Sage training program, you can register where we put you through the foundation of all these concepts, and also on how to use data, you know, to track certain metrics around the subject of conversation. Okay. I don't know, Praise, is that clear before we move
Yeah,
forward?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
Right,
clear.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Solomon, unmute yourself and ask your question.
No, I don't. I
Good
don't have
evening.
a question yet. I don't have a question yet.
All right. Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
I want to first of all thank everyone on this platform this evening, especially the Apostle of Finance. Thank you for the clarity that you've shown us regarding this project or this course. But I have one pressing question also want to ask. Please, I know it's my sound fun, but we shouldn't really be that funny. Please, it's somehow related to the question I asked the last time. Okay, now what I'm saying, most of us, I know we are gurus, and then we are gurus in this project. My question is to someone who doesn't really, because I had to go and make a research after that class we had after the class we had last week about this analytics. So I got to understand that for one to venture into data, you must be good in Excel. And someone like me, I'm not really good in Excel. I'm not really good. I'm trying to learn it. So will there still be a space for me to learn because I'm a real beginner here? That's my question.
So
Hello?
yes, like I shared with you, right? I also started from ground zero, like I said. I had no prior knowledge in, you know, um in data analysis, all right, before taking it up. Okay. And it was possible for me, it will definitely be possible for you. And a lot of persons who had gone through the courts, right? Both court one and court two. Majority of the persons are, you know, are also started from zero. Okay. They didn't have a data analysis background, some didn't have a crypto background. Okay. So, and I understand that this is a major concern. So, what I'm going to say is this: it might just be more, it might just bring in more responsibility on your end, where you have to do more research and more studies. All right. So, for this on-chain analytics, right, we are focused on SQL,
Yeah.
okay, as the language you'll be
Okay.
using. All right. So we won't be touching on Excel. Okay. So we are going to be using just SQL.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
hearing.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Sir, please, can I speak?
Yeah, Eniola, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you for this wonderful program you organized for us. Now, my question is, why do people need we data analysts? Like, what do we use us for? Essentially, that's my question. Like, why do we need data analysis?
Okay, why we need data analysts? All right. So data analysts are needed to put meaning to information, right? So when we just have, so as we are all here on this call now, okay, we are over 43 persons on this call. Okay. Now, the data that we have says we are 43 persons on this call. All right. This data is not telling us if these 43 persons are all male or these 43 persons are all female. Okay. This data, 43 persons on the call, doesn't contain, oh, is this are they from East Africa? Are they from West Africa? Are they from, America? Right? Now, when a data analyst comes into play, The data analyst is now asking question because now I want to understand, oh, how many persons came in on this call? How many persons showed interest to sign up for the training? How many male, how many female? You know, what region did they join us from? All right. The moment I begin to ask those questions, all right, that is like because there's a problem. All right, there's a problem I need to solve by understanding what geography the persons on this call are from and what gender the persons on this call, are. All right. So the moment I begin to separate, okay, on this call, we have a total number of 43 participants, all right, and then we have 22 participants are male, while 21 of them are female, all right. Okay, out of the female, right, we have 12 persons from East Africa, we have 10 persons from West Africa. So the moment I begin to give insights, now you now see that it has now gone beyond just for the three members on the call. It has now gone into details. Okay, that is why data analysts are needed. So data analysts are needed to give insight, all right, to information, and it's that simple. So when it comes to blockchain now, we want to look at it that, okay, on Ethereum, how many persons have used Ethereum in the last few months? All right, I want to look at the trend. So if the trend is increasing, then is giving us possible insight of a potential growth in Ethereum, which might most likely reflect on the price of Ethereum. Okay, but if there is a drop, it might just signal that there is a drop in the growth or in Ethereum ecosystem. And we can even compare the growth in the Ethereum ecosystem by percentage to the growth in Solana ecosystem, right? So if Solana ecosystem has grown by 20% and Ethereum ecosystem has grown by 15%, right? We could then infer that Solana ecosystem, which has grown by 20%, is growing faster than Ethereum ecosystem. Now, this might also tell us that the focus in the market is shifting from Ethereum to Solana. So this data, when they are being used to generate insights, all right, that is a need for data analysts, right? A data analyst helps to use all this data to generate insights. They either use it to help investors, traders, individuals, or the general public. I don't know if that's clear.
No, sorry, I want to ask another question. Can I go ahead?
Okay.
Okay, in this course, we will be learning, aside from data analysis, will we learn about on-chain analysis or just data analysis?
I mean, this course is on-chain analysis, right? And that's because on-chain analysis leverages on data, all right, and also the data tools, data analytic tools like SQL, right? So the on-chain analysis is actually the data that comes from blockchain. So the moment we are using data analytic tools like SQL, okay, to measure certain metrics and parameters with on-chain data, that's on-chain analysis. Do you understand? So on-chain is information going on within the blockchain. All right. Data analytic tool SQL is what is used to to actually query these data on chain. All right. I hope that's clear, Niola.
Yes, boss. Thank you.
Jumoke, please, you can ask your question.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I'm actually new to crypto, but not that new. I have some little idea, but I don't get involved in it. But I'm a data administrator. So when I saw this, I was much more interested in it. But my question is, are we to be analyzing for the how would I call them, the people that are doing the cryptos or the crypto companies?
So it depends on
That's my question.
it depends on who your so it depends on who your target audience is, right? So some persons learn this course to become a consultant, whereby they consult for crypto companies, right? Or they consult for influencers, all right? Or they consult for top, business individuals who are very busy and just need someone on the side to do on-chain research for them. Okay, so it depends on who is your target audience, right? So you can do your contract with individual, helping them to find insights. You can you can get the job with a crypto company, and work with them. You can do it for your personal self, like Alfred has shared. Okay, so I'm many options like that. So it depends on you, depends on the why your why are you learning the program, and what do you want to do with it. All right. All right. Okay, Data Tide. Data Tide, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity and for today's meeting. So for me, I'm interested to join, and I'm not a newbie in crypto, but I'm also a former data analyst in Web2, but I've been in crypto for like now 1 year, 1.5 years. And I think my interests have shifted to analyzing on-chain analysis. So my question is, what's the time frame? Maybe per day, how many times, how many sessions shall we be having, so that maybe I can try to see whether it's aligned with the schedule. And also, where shall we be where shall we be interacting and learning from? And also, maybe I've heard you saying about bounties. Are you guys the ones offering those bounties, or you get maybe some third parties who offer bounties to the trainees? And also, do you, in terms of gigs, do you help the trainees to get gigs once they have gone through the community? And also, when it comes to SQL, like how vigorous is the training? How deep is it? Like, shall we be using Dune? I've heard there is Flipside and so on. Thank you.
Oh my God. That's a lot of questions. I'm trying to remember the first one. So what's the first one? Let me take it one together. Okay, you asked if let me get okay, let me just answer.
Yeah, he asked about the time frame, how long the meeting will be per week,
Yeah,
things like that.
Okay.
First question.
Okay. So for the training, the training session will take place on Mondays, right? 7 p.m. West African time. All right, which is if you are tuning in from Kenya, that's 2 hours, that's 2 hours different. So 7 p.m. West African time, that will be 9 p.m. East African time. All right, so that's when we will be having the session. Okay, that's on Monday. On Wednesday, we'll be having a mentorship session. All right, so on Friday, we'll be having office hour. So Friday office hour are for practical sessions, because in each of the classes you would have on Monday, you'll be given an assignment, right? So we meet during the office hour to treat the assignment. Okay. So that's it. So we're meeting 3 times in a week. One on Monday for the main lecture, on Wednesday for mentorship session, and on Friday for office hour. All right.
Via which platform?
So we have a group on WhatsApp. All right. So WhatsApp is more efficient, for African. We shouldn't deceive ourselves because we have Discord as well. Our Discord has been redundant because not so many persons are active on Discord. So we meet on WhatsApp and we use Zoom, right? Yeah, we use Zoom. So we use either Zoom or Google Meet. Okay, we use either Zoom or Google Meet. All right. Yeah, is that all, or is there something I'm missing out from your question?
I asked
So you
about
asked
bounties. Someone
for the bounties. Yeah. So of course, the moment you join the community, we share bounties, and you begin to link up with other members within the community. And when you're already doing that, you would always get opportunities, because when somebody who you are connected to on Twitter likes a particular bounty, you'll be able to see that, okay, this person, is also, you always see that opportunity. Then we also share bounty, within the community. So if I see any bounty online, I share them. And for the question you just asked now, I would really look to implement something whereby we have, a bounty spreadsheet, and it's open to all community members to update it with bounties and links and their deadlines. I think that would be helpful. Maybe that, well, I will discuss with the team, so we'll see how that's possible. But we do share bounties, right, and share opportunities that are online. All right. Yeah. Any other question I missed out?
The last one on the depth of the training. Do one need to have maybe a good experience with SQL, or how do you?
No, so you don't
how
need to have. Yeah. So you don't need to have a knowledge of SQL in order to partake in the training. Okay. So we teach you from the scratch. Do you understand? Yeah. So you don't need to have prior knowledge of SQL. Do
So
you get
another
that?
thing, I saw Dune has those restrictions in terms of what you can maybe do within there. So shall we be using Dune, or you guys shall help us be able to interact with different platforms for analytics?
Sure. So we use primarily two platforms, Dune and Flipside. All right. So this time around, we'll be focusing more on Dune. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Dune has a premium package where when you pay, your queries are faster and other stuff like that. But it's still more efficient. It's still one of the reasons why I want to focus more on Dune is because in the on-chain data platform, okay, or data space, as long as crypto is concerned, as of today, Dune is still leading, right? And when you have that much portfolio, to showcase on Dune, you have a higher likelihood of getting opportunities, getting gigs, becoming a Dune wizard. Also, all you need to understand is the SQL syntax, right? Which you can use it excellently on Flipside, on Footprint, and many other SQL platforms, right? So because all you just need to understand is the platform schema, read through your documentation, and then you implement the same SQL, that you've learned, so far. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that clear from your hand?
Yeah, that's a bit clear. What about, so you guys will you be helping someone maybe to develop their portfolio on those active community crypto Twitter, and maybe those webcasts and so on?
So the thing is this: we won't help you to develop your portfolio, right? But we would show you what to do to develop your portfolio, because developing your portfolio entails building dashboards, building quality dashboards, which will tell you where to post them, how to post them, who to tag, what to do, and the likes like that. And if you had joined earlier, you would have heard what Tobechi said with regards to positioning yourself. But definitely along the line, of course, there's a section within our training that we call career fair, where we bring in persons from Flipside or Dune or some of all these top analytic platforms to come and share with you how to build a personal brand as an on-chain analyst. So with these resources that we share and the experts that we bring on board from these platforms that are well known, it will give you a good head start, right, in whatever you want to achieve.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I'll just take 2 more questions and then would call it a day. Isaac, Adekpojo Isaac. Okay, Isaac is out. Okpeyemi.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, quick one because of our time. I just want to ask just 2 questions. I think you've already answered most of my questions, and I've already decided to join this to pay for the course. I was in the last one with DMV last week as well. I missed the cohort 2, so I'm not going to make cohort 1. I won't miss this one. All right, but my question is this: would there be a room? Okay, let me say for SQL. I know that it will be structured for what we want to do for like on-chain analysis. That'll be a way we go about it. But are we? Will there be a platform? Okay, let me say we have to cover maybe 3 topics or 4 topics in SQL, and maybe you teach us first topic today. Are you going to release to me a material or something? Okay, for our next class, you can go for someone like me now. YouTube is free. There are SQL calls, there are things, but community just provide for us to structure us. Will there be a platform? Okay, go and learn this one for next year or something? Because the reason I'm asking is this: I'm working against NYSC, so I want to get most of this course. Most of this platform. Like I want to get most out of it before I will be called. With the call up letter and all. That is first questions. What I'm just trying to ask is that will I be flexible? That okay, this is what you will do next. This is what you will do next. Or someone like me that could have gone ahead of the class, something like that.
Yes. So there will be resources for you. We'll have a timetable that spells out every of the topics. So there will be resources as well for you to read ahead of the class. Because of course, like I said, our lectures are on Monday. Then on Friday we have office hour, where we come to discuss the assignments that you've been given. So prior to that time, you also be given resources to back that up, and also resources for to prepare you for the next session. Do you get that?
Yes, I get it very quite all right. Second, Data Tide asked that question. I didn't know whether you answered the question or because my network or my laptop died, I have to shift my phone. So during that time, maybe you've already answered. The question is about providing gig for the we newbie, because I know we want to join this community. I know we are paying far less to what we're supposed to pay. You are just trying to help the youth, which I really appreciate. But I think one of the benefits of community, because you can let it analyst. Machine learning engineer. I'm learning machine learning, but I know getting job is not easy. But being a community, I think one of the advantage should be, and that was the question she asked, that as you people are guru, you are there before us. Will there be an opportunity? Okay, this thing come on board. This is a small job we can do it. Will it be providing for us? Okay, like we should apply for this. The job comes to you, but we want to give it to us. Like someone like us to work on. Would that be such an opportunity, like giving us gig? Like okay, you can work on this work.
I think I get your point. And the interesting thing is this: many of the past students with their weakness are more interested in your growth than you are even interested in your own growth. And because for me, I don't like being around people who are not driven, are not ready to achieve their goal, right? So in fact, I push the community. Okay, that's the community of people who are serious. I told you we have a community of people who are serious, and then these are people who have built dashboard, and I know that okay, these ones are serious. I intentionally push them to do more. All right, so there are times whereby I share with them more thorough, research works that would make them to go and study more, to go and read more. And once they are done, they get rewarded for it, right? So I share opportunities, and that would not even be a problem. Do you understand? So the community share opportunities. You are building that culture where, people tend to share opportunity. People tend to share opportunities that they see that on Twitter and likes, and you can hear if you are earlier when Tobichi was sharing, he was already even sharing opportunities ahead where you can see bounties, where you can get information, where you can build connections. That is the culture of the community. So that's getting gigs, how to get gigs and all those things won't be an issue, right? Won't be an issue. Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, one more person. I think I was gonna call Isaac. Isaac, yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, can you hear me, sir? All right.
I can hear you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, sir. So on my question, sir, my question is actually I'm into on-chain a little bit. I just actually want to delve into data, like data analysis itself. All right. So my question is like, how do you think it is possible to use on-chain as a means of security in the space of DeFi?
I'll come again with the question.
All right. I said, like, how possible it is, or is it even possible at all to use on-chain data on blockchain as a means of security for a project?
So when you mean security, in what regard?
Actually, this is it. I think early this year, actually, like a project actually reached out to me, and they were like, as an on-chain analysis, they gave me 3 responsibilities. So the responsibility was analyzing the user's behavior. That's the first. The second was security monitoring, and the third is economics model. All right. Economic analysis. So like the job, I'm not actually working with the project now already, but my question is like, I really got baffled. I was like, how can I use on-chain to secure or monitor security of a project? So I was quite inquisitive about it, and I was quite curious, right? So I don't know if there is any hint on it at all. That's my question, sir.
All right. So yeah, you can use on-chain analysis to measure the strength and health of any ecosystem, right? So which includes that user behavior analysis that you've just mentioned. Also, you can use on-chain analysis to spot possible scam, possible rogues, and a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, you can implement on-chain analysis in security, network health, and a lot of stuff.
Okay, let me just add to what you said.
Yes, please go ahead, Tobichi.
Yeah, based on security, there's something called Sybil wallets, Sybil, SYBIL. Now, what are Sybil wallets? They are common during airdrops. When there's this, bullish airdrop that everybody's on the hype about, people tend to use multiple wallets, so that they can be opportuned in that sense, to get from the airdrop. So we can use on-chain to track these people that are cheating, in that sense, cheating to get those airdrop, so that the project can, what I call them, expel those wallets or expel those users from participating in the airdrop. I think Layer Zero did something like that about 4 months ago. There was this Cyber bounty they were doing, a bounty again. So what it was that they tax analysts, to help them locate these Cyber wallets so that they could be removed from the Layer Zero airdrop, if you guys remember. So yeah, so we can use that to detect those Cyber wallets. Projects can use that to find those Cyber wallets and expel them. And also, we can also use, based on security now, we can use on-chain to detect hacks. There's this guy on Twitter, this popular guy, Zach X. The guy is a popular, the guy helps projects to detect hacks and avert hacks. What's his name? Zach X on-chain, something like that on Twitter. Yeah, he's very, very popular. That is field based on like security hacks. So the guy just delves on-chain. He even goes beyond SQL. Say the guy goes beyond SQL to find those hacks and even warn people and warn the public about potential scams, hacks in the space. So I just thought to just put that out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so much. I think that's a practical one. Yeah, Alfred, don't say something.
Yes, I want to like just add to what you guys were saying. So I feel for this cyber art, I think it's a big example of like machine learning, AI anomaly detection, and it goes be it's a lot of things. So we could do more. It's still about data, and could do more of like if you're building an AI model to like how does an hacker behave, or how does an anomaly wallet would behave, and you could model those things. And it's still it's still all about data. How will you model this to know this is an anomaly behavior? Like Toby said about the layer zero cyber hunters, like these wallets they've been act as cyber and look at the behaviors of those wallets and say, okay, this should be a cyber wallet. Like look at let me get an example of like, okay, a wallet that only does 5 specific transactions on specific days. That would be something like a cyber wallet or something like a cyber attack, something like that. So it's more of like users' behavior. Like look at the users' behavior of the project and look at how can you do this with like Python using Rust. It's more about like AI, machine learning, and things like that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alfred. Yeah, so we would like to round up here. I know we have so many questions, so I contact, right? It's right in the chat box, and also the link to the form for those who are looking to register. Registration closes on the 22nd of September. Yeah, so you can register today prior to the close of registration. Also, if you have any information, any question, you can just send me a DM on WhatsApp. All right, and I've also dropped a link to our community. Right, so our WhatsApp community, our YouTube, and our Twitter. On our YouTube, you'll be seeing this version, so you can write it again. Follow us on Twitter as we share more more opportunities via our Twitter platform. So I've shared the links again. So join the community, follow us, subscribe to our Twitter page, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, join the community on WhatsApp. And for those who want to partake in the training, please do also fill the form. If you have any question, send me a DM on WhatsApp. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Yeah.